exterior lights on this building. This should be pretty straightforward. Let's find some exterior lights on the building that we have worked on. And what we're doing is putting a light outside every exterior door next to it. This door is a door that has a side light as part of it. So we can't really put it on it. However, we actually could door with side light. Let's see if we can find a picture of that. See what it is that I mean. Let's go to images. There you go. This is a good picture of a door with a side light. There. So when you buy this thing, it has the door, it has a side light to match, and that's a side light. Sometimes they'll have dual side lights, but this is a door assembly. So normally the light would be on the left or the right, so you couldn't really put it here. You can. Light. Let's see. Let's see what we find there. Hopefully, they'll show us a picture of one that's with the door. Chances are they're just going to show us the light, not installed, but a picture of the light fixture, which would kind of, yeah. So it's usually on the side of the door. You really can't see the door in these images. But the way I picture an outdoor light is right outside the door. You walk outside, there's a light right next to your door. So you really can't put it, unless you put it right above in the center, high above, which you can do that. But typically, when I do it, I put it on the side of the door. Beyond this plan, right there, there's a door. Let's just see. I'm going to scroll down a little further. Well, there's one. The light's way over here. Yeah, right there. So let's say that's the door, and it's flanked by two lights that are not too high. I guess what I'm saying is, if you really want to put it in the center, you can put it up high up here and light up the whole path. The way I like to do it is the opening there and the light right next to it. So let's go back to that. So that's why I put, and this is as I mentioned, this is a door with a side light. So I got to put it a little off. So that's fixture F. I'm going to stick with that fixture designation until later. I may have to change it. So I'm going to copy that to every door. And on the opposite side, I have the same condition. It's a door with a side light, so I flip it over, and there you go. Then I'm going to go to the side doors. I don't think there's any side doors on this side, but there is side doors on this side. This time, they don't have a side light, so I can put the light closer to the door. Maybe I can push it here a little closer, and I'll turn that note. I'm sorry, that fixture designation. So it reads right. And then I'm going to copy this light down to this door. And that's it. That's all the lights. Now, how do they come on? Well, they come on with a photocell timer circuit. They're all connected to each other, and this is kind of tricky, I guess. Let me show you how I do that. I do this with a line type called a spline. It's sort of a line that it's one entity. I gotta turn the ortho on, and I click the points that the line is gonna follow in a smooth kind of curve way. And you gotta play with this a little bit so you can figure out how to curve that line and make it a nice smooth curve. So now I connected that light to that light. I'm going to continue. So these are on the same side of the building. I can do this one with a regular arc. And I'm going to play with the curvature, so I don't want to give it that much curvature. I don't want to make it too round like that. I don't like that. I'm going to make it as shallow as I can and still be able to tell that that's a curve. Then I gotta connect that light to that light over there. These two lights. I'm gonna use the spline again, and I'm gonna start at this light and just make it follow my points. And I kind of give it some random curvature so it doesn't look like it's part of the geometry. It looks more like I want it to. And if I don't like that kind of curvature, then I click on it and I play with the points that I just put on there. I can move them and make it the shape that I like. If I want it to come a little more steeply into this light, I can move it that way, and it kind of jets down into there. So all the exterior lights are connected to each other, and I got to put a note on it that says, number 3, connect to photocell timer circuit. See detail on sheet each user 1, and on the sheet each user 1, there's a diagram that tells you how to connect those lights. So that was note number 3. Hey, look at that. We had a note number 3 in this project. And I put it at the end of the circuit. I could put it on this light, or I can follow my connections and put it at the end of this light. I prefer put it on the lights that's nearest the electrical panel. I know the electrical panel is in the electrical telephone room, so this is the light that's nearest this room, and that's why I put it there. That's exterior lights. Then we'll talk about how to put a ceiling exhaust fan. Basically, you go to the HVAC plan, and wherever there's an exhaust fan, you put an exhaust fan or an exhaust fan with light. I'm going to copy both of these and try to work this. I know that I copied this from the Legend, and those are drawn at an 1/8 inch scale, but this project I'm drawing at a 1/4 inch scale, so I got to scale those down by a factor of half, make them half as small. The difference between these two symbols is the one with the cross in it actually has a light in it. The one without a cross does not have a light. I know that there's already a light in here, and that's enough light for this room. So this one doesn't need to have a light, and I'll put it in the center of the toilet, the center of the tank right there. And I want it to come on at the same time as I turn the light on. So I'm actually going to change the switching to switch this on first, and then let's see. And I got to play with the curvature because this room is so narrow that I'm going to have to do a little maneuvering there. Then look what happens. My fan, my exhaust fan. So I prefer the note to be inside the room where the object is, but sometimes we have to violate that little rule and put that on there. So now, here we go. We come in and we'll turn the fan on and we turn the light on at the same time. And that will be note number 2, ceiling exhaust fan. And it says where to take the exhaust. So that's note number 2. I know that the project we were using before also had some exhaust fans. So I'm going to copy the note instead of regenerating the whole thing. And so this fan is going to have a note. Once again, I wish there was room inside that toilet for the note that refers to that fan light or that exhaust fan to be inside the room, but that's not going to be the case here. So we need a fan in every bathroom. This bathroom also needs a fan, and I like to put it in the most remote corner, as far away from the door, so it's sucking all the odors away from the front door. So I'm going to take this fan and I'm going to copy it from the middle of this toilet to the middle of that toilet. And now we do have room in this bathroom for the note that refers to that fan to be inside the room. I know that these two bathrooms are identical, just the mirror image of each other. So I'm going to create myself a reference line that I will use to mirror my fan. Now the fan kind of mirror, I don't like that these point that way, so I'm going to mirror those so they stay consistent with the rest of the bathrooms that way. And so there's only 3 fans, so there's no EF4, EF4, EF4. This is EF1, and I'm selecting these at random, semi-random. 2 and EF3. Semi-random. I work from left to right and from top to bottom. So if it was a fan in every room, this would be EF1, EF2, EF3, EF4, EF5, EF6, 7, 8, 9, blah, 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 EF19, EF20. Because there's only 3, and they're really not left to right, but just vertical. I start at the top, EF1, EF2, EF3. If there was 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, then this would be EF1, EF2, and EF3. Guess what? I don't need the fan with the light because every bathroom that there is that has a fan has enough lights that the fan doesn't have to have its own light. You've seen them before though in bathrooms where you turn the light on and it's a fan light combination.